so many people.
Let me sing to you all the old songs I know of wild, windy places, locked in timeless snow, and the white, crimson deserts where the muddy rivers flow. Well, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. Will come along with me to some places that I've been, where people all look back and still remember when, and quick silver legends like sunlight turning bend. Well, it's sad, but the telling takes me home. Well, I can tell you all some lies that was just made up for fun, with the lightest, meanest bright could be the fastest gun. But I'll tell you, show your name is Graves, and tell the way.
Jeffrey is a monitor, but more than that, he's I guess like a caseworker. He goes out into the camps and works with those people who can't or don't want to come into Hospitality House, and he's been doing this for 3 years, and he is just fabulous.
Fabulous. He's fabulous.
His name is Fabulous Jeffrey.
Fabulous Jeffrey.
Hometown trails where dreamers never win and doers never fail. It's sad, but the telling takes me home. Sailed by amigos who come from down below.
I'm Joanna Robinson. I'm on the board of directors of Hospitality House. I have been engaged in this activity for since 2004, actually.
So it's named after Utah's Place, named in honor of the late Utah Phillips, Utah Phillips, a Nevada County resident, musician, and writer who was an ardent advocate for labor, peace issues, and the homeless. Utah's Place, located here, 1262 Stutton Way, is the county's first permanent homeless shelter. Working in collaboration with local churches and other service organizations, since 2005, Hospitality House has provided a winter-only nomadic homeless shelter with no permanent location, but rotates among participating churches. In 2010, Hospitality House served 342 individuals, provided 8,679 bed nights, offered over 27,000 meals, and served 25 to 39 men, women, and children per night. That's one of the hardest things about this, is when you have families with kids and they need a place, so it's great that you have something for them. In addition, Hospitality House provides the homeless with medical and dental services, mental health and substance abuse screening, life skills classes, bus transportation, and other assistance. In 2009, Hospitality House was approved for a $1 million state grant to purchase a building that would give Hospitality House Shelter a permanent new home. Things being what they are, the full cost of the building purchase and renovation project exceeded $1 million, and additional donations were obtained in cash, labor and materials, and from several community fundraisers. Funds raised were used to purchase naming opportunities in the building, such as beds, rooms, bricks, and other fixtures. The Nevada County Board of Supervisors congratulates Hospitality House on the opening of Utah's Place and extends our deepest gratitude for its deep caring and commitment to helping the homeless citizens of Nevada County. Thank you, Joanna, and all the folks who work there.
Thank you, Terry. We accept this with great pride and great humility. It's wonderful. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. We've all done this together, and it's, you know, from the Board of Supervisors right down, well, to all of us here. It's really wonderful. Thank you very, very much. You spoke about this almost like in the past, so we can hang this on the wall and have it as a history of Hospitality House in a way. But the fact is, folks, we still need that money. There's an opportunity downstairs to donate. Please do that. Please do that as generously as you can. You can see what this is going to be. And already we have an incredibly strong program. Please contribute to it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, my name is Jeffrey Dupre. I've been working at the Hospitality House for 30 years. My title here, I guess, would be an outreach case manager. I spend most of my clients are actually folks who don't stay at the shelter. They're individuals either by choice or because of some other condition. They camp out year-round, so I spend a lot of my time outdoors, kind of as a bridge between the services that we offer here at the shelter and trying to take them out into the field, into what ends up being homeless camps in our community, where there's quite a few people who stay throughout the year. And as far as what this means, this is my third time in the building, and I'll be honest, I keep looking for a word that I haven't really found yet, because it's representative of a lot of hope and a lot of hard work on behalf of my coworkers and Cindy and Joanna and some really extraordinary people in particular. But really, as a member of this family, the coolest part about it is that we are really going to be able to pick up the level of service that we provide, and I think that it's already exceptional. But I really envision just the sheer size of this building enabling us to really allow people to take a more active and direct role in caring for and also helping themselves. We are very much limited by the size of the space that we occupy presently. So as far as what we can become from here, it's pretty exciting, to say the very least.
I'm Dennis Loggins. That's my name badge down there, and I work several days a month as a volunteer at the Hospitality House, and I work in the bin room. My wife works in the kitchen, and we find this a very rewarding experience. We've gotten to know many of the guests, and they're kind of like our children in a way, and they're really wonderful people, and I feel like I'm doing a lot and giving a lot when I just spend the time to make them comfortable and be there and to provide security for them and to hand them a cup of coffee or help them in the bin room. And I think it's a very worthwhile cause. So if you have any extra thousands of dollars laying around, Hospitality House can certainly use your money. So that's about all I have to say. But it's a wonderful experience, and I'm standing right now in a room that will be remodeled, and it's going to be called the Pathway to Independence. It'll be a small classroom setting with computers where people can come to get job contacts, to get job counseling, and to generally explore what opportunities there are to get back on their own 2 feet. So thanks for asking me to talk.
Thank Cindy, all the hours she's put in, board members, the monitors, all the wonderful monitors, the volunteers at the house, and the church. Too many to name. I'll be here until tomorrow to name every one of them. And that there are donations that everybody brings in. It's just so yesterday. We don't get this, run down close. We get nice stuff there. I just want to thank everybody. Thank you very much.
Yeah. we could go on congratulating ourselves all night. And we deserve it. Yes. Looking at the staff sitting back there. And I want to make a special thanks to our guests who contribute so much to the experience of everybody's heart. I don't know, I hadn't planned to say anything and I always rely on notes, but you guys are wonderful people. And it's really a privilege to know you and be with you. I actually got off the board so I could do that more. And I did that. That was the right thing to do. I was really happy I did that. And I still am. And now I'm back on the board, but I'm not leaving the heart and soul of Hospitality House. So thanks everybody. I think Brendan Phillips and Bodie Busick are now going to come on stage and give us some really fantastic music. Yes. Oh, you're going to sing. Perfect. Please come. Please come.
The song I'm going to sing tonight, and I don't know where it sounds, there it is right here, is a song written by Sarah Elizabeth Campbell quite a while ago, and it's a very strong song. At the end of it, I usually ask people not to applaud. What I see when I see applause is palm trees on a beach and a lot of hot air. Do you see something like that? What we really need is those hands in the pockets, the sporrans, the buckets, whatever. Get the money in. The other thing that hands are for, and this I really like this, you take one hand and you reach out to somebody and you've got two hands. And then you walk over to one of these lists and you've got two people on the list. Better than one. That's what you can do with two hands. Just think if you did it with both hands, how many is that? Hundreds. Hundreds. But anyway, this song is for everybody who comes through here. And I know Utah knows this song. I know Joanna knows this song. This is Geraldine and Ruthie May. Come on, the G. Geraldine and Ruthie May, they'll be cruising Maine today. Through the walkways, the alleys, down to the dumpster. They might find a bite to eat, they may find a place to rest their feet. Since it takes more strength than they can muster.
That was extremely moving. Now Brendan Phillips and Bodie Busick.
My name's Chad Connor Crow. I was the first hire at the hospitality house as a paid monitor, and it's a real pleasure. It's honestly my excitement is overwhelming. It's a real pleasure to be here for Utah's Place, because what recruited me into the program was Utah himself. When I talked to him at a vigil he was doing on Broad Street, and I told him of some of the work I was doing in San Francisco with homeless people, and he asked where I lived, and I told him I lived here, and he said, well, maybe it'd be a good idea to help out in your own community. There's going to be a shelter opening soon. And so when I heard him at the city hall the next day, I called and was interviewed with a panel, and I was the first hire to be here. And luckily I got to work today, and I was the monitor that brought all the guests over from the hospitality house to see the house for the first time. And it's just really touching. I can even hear my voice shaking a little because it's pretty emotional on a real positive level, and just really, really glad to be here and to see this happen and to be surrounded by some folks that I find highly respectable in the community that I'm working with on the board as well as in the house. And so may the future be bright. Blessed be.
How do I feel about Utah's Place starting up? The old shelter that we had was very, very, very good, except for one small thing, and that was it was a nomadic shelter. This time, you can still in the same spot all the time. It's not nomadic. So the very first time in all of these years, we're able to say, I've got a place. I've got a home. I may not be a permanent home, but I have a home. I have a place that I can hang my hat and know it's going to be there when I get back. I have a central place to be and a place to take and leave my hat as I leave and know it's going to be there when I get back. And there is more love surrounding you in this place than a person can ever imagine. So you can't say you walk out of here with nothing, because you're full of more love than you ever had in your lifetime. That's my thoughts. And thank you, Utah. I love you much, and I miss you.
My name is Craig Rorson, and I work with Tammy Hamilton at Tricontinent Scientific, and she got me involved with Hospitality House just a couple of months ago. So, Hospitality House, Utah's Place. I'm on the committee for capital equipment and all the stuff that it takes to put the building together, to revamp it, and it's been a challenge and just an incredible experience. So working on the website, updating that, helping out with the initial fundraising for Hospitality House, Utah's Place. It's been a great experience, and I'm still meeting. I keep meeting more people that are involved with this, and so I just can't say enough about the energy behind what's happening here, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Hello, my name is James Lanning. I'm the bus driver for Hospitality House. It's been a real pleasure helping these folks out, and I look forward to being able to continue to be a blessing to these people. It's really interesting meeting the different personalities, the different types of hearts and outlook on life, and I think that these types of people are receiving the type of help that they need, and I'm glad that I can be a part of it. Had a fun experience taking 31 passengers down to the Lake of the Pines Church, and I was in an old bus, and it didn't make it up the hill. And we found out how it is to get out on a hill and walk up to the church. And that was one of the exciting experiences of driving a bus for Hospitality House.
My name's Tom Durkin. I started out as a volunteer, overnight volunteer, and I was hired as a monitor, and it's my third year. And I do volunteer work, I do photography, and I work on the newsletter. And I'm really excited about this place. And it's like we get on the bus every night and go to a different place, and it's like the guests are really excited, and it's been a long time coming, and I know we got a long way to go yet, but I mean, we're here, we got the heart, and everything's happening. It's really cool.
Okay, Richard Burton. So I'm really excited to see this thing going, but I'm also wondering, well, two things. One is, what about the people that can't conform? Like, that can't be totally alcohol-free or have animals or, just can't be confined. What are we doing with that? I mean, is there some place to help them? And, and then my other is, I belong to a men's group, and we might be willing to, help out, and I don't know how to do that. I mean, we've cooked a meal before. I don't know. So, otherwise, I think it's a cool place.
I'll miss being in the, I may have to take some how many
and then the City Hall.
Everyone needs a workshop.
So more digital.
Well, my name is Phillips, and my dad, Utah Phillips, helped put this place together with the hard work of a lot of people in the community and Joanna Robinson. And I'm just so pleased to be here right now. It feels so good to see a community like Nevada City, Grass Valley area step up at this level, providing such an amazing place for really healing to take place and for people to be able to have a good, warm place with good food and lovely spirits all around them, helping take care of people who really need help right now. And that's really all we need to do, is take care of those people that need help, and we'll be a better society for it. So I'm really excited that, here we are in Nevada City. It's getting its first, place for people who are, down on their luck, living in extreme poverty, experiencing homelessness, to have a place to come and to feel like they're back at home in a place that they can call home. And this is just a wonderful, wonderful place. So I'm so excited to be here. Hopefully we'll play some music in a little bit for people, and that'll be wonderful. So I'm really excited. Thank you.
My name is Charlie Hall. I agree to be on this film. Today is important to me as a longtime resident of Nevada County. I've had several experiences of friends and family who've had to deal with homelessness issues, and finding that safe, warm place that's welcoming was one of the most difficult aspects. But when it was found, what you found were the most genuine and real people that you'll ever meet. And here they've come together through this hospitality house for 7 years now in a nomadic fashion, and I say we because we're all involved in it, we're changing to a permanent shelter, which will allow for a tremendous amount more stability and ability for the staff and volunteers to help the guests fully realize their potential and the potential of the mission statement for Hospitality House, which is safety and pathways to recovery where needed.
Hi there, I'm Cindy Maple, and I'm the director of Hospitality House. And we've had a very exciting day here today at our open house. I was asked to talk a little bit about what Utah's Place means to me. And I have to say that 7 years ago, when we started planning Utah's Place, I actually sat at a table with Utah sitting next to me. And at that time, I worked for the county, and there was no shelter. And I encountered numerous homeless people, and there was no place that I could send them. There was not even a place that I could send them to get a sleeping bag. And I would see these people, and I would sit across the table from them, and I would see the fear in their eyes, and I would see the freezing temperatures outside, often snow and rain. And I would know as they would look at me with desperation in their eyes, thinking I was the last person that could help them, and I couldn't help them. And I would have to watch them go out into the elements. And I would go home at night and I would cry. And I was just a worker, at the county for social services. But for me, it was overwhelming to me to feel that. I worked on the board of directors for the Veteran Stand Down for many years, and 1 year after the veteran stand down happened, a veteran died in a tent. And I remember looking at our case manager, who was my supervisor at the time, Terry Franson, and I said, I've had it, something has to change. And I was fortunate enough to connect to some very amazing people, Utah and Joanna being among them. And we worked to create Hospitality House, and we spent a year planning. We first had to create even the awareness that there were homeless people in Nevada County. We did that by conducting an unofficial homeless count. We had a concert in the park, and we basically hit up the newspaper and the media, and we just got it out there. We're starting the shelter. To be here in this building that we now own, that's going to be a 54-bed shelter, feels incredible to me. It feels that Hospitality House now has its own home, and it's going to be here for a long time and continue to serve a lot of people. We'll be able to serve them better, and we'll have more space. It'll be more comfortable for people where we have disabled people, they don't have to sleep on mats on the floors, they're going to have beds. So it's an amazing gift, and everybody that showed up today from the community just blessed us all, just to show us the support and the love that is out there for our homeless and for this program. And I really want to thank everybody. It's been a great day.
Heather Peterman. I've lived in Nevada County for 15, 16 years. So I remember when there weren't things like Hospitality House. So this opening today, I think, is a victory for the house and the entire community. So congratulations, and my hat's off. Nicely done.
Hello, I'm Mary Tucker, and this is wonderful. Utah lives on. He'll always be alive. He'll always be here, because he was a model when we followed and tried and emulate him. And all these people now are doing what Utah taught us. He was our mentor. He was so great. I miss him, but I'm so glad that we have these different kinds of things with him. And this Hospitality House, that's Utah. That's Utah. He kind of planted the seeds, and the seeds have grown, and the seeds have produced this. This is wonderful. And all the people working together. We don't sit back. All these volunteers and people that are here, we're making it all a reality. And the people that live here are making it a reality. So we're going to have all these people that are having a better life because of Utah. Thank you, Utah.
Hi, my name is Carla, and I'm homeless, and I'm thankful for Hospitality House. It's a wonderful new building, and I'm just very thankful to be here and a part of it, and working with Hospitality House has been wonderful because I help monitors, and I just feel a part, not only a part, friends, but family, and I'm very, very thankful.
Okay, my name is Pinky Zulkin, and I'm a monitor at Hospitality House just one afternoon a week on Sunday afternoons. And I started in September of this current year, which is 2011 for posterity's sake. And I can tell you I've had a job running a large corporation in D.C. I've been a real estate agent. I've run political campaigns. So I've done a lot of different things, and in my whole life, I have never enjoyed anything as much as I enjoy being a monitor at Hospitality House. Nothing as much. People say, what do you do there? I said, well, I don't have enough time to tell you, because every time I go in, the only thing that's constant is I breathalyze people. And For those who are watching it, if they don't know, we're a zero-tolerance shelter. If there's any trace of alcohol, I'm sorry, but you can't come. Go take a walk around the block and walk it off, maybe. But the rest of the day from there on out is anybody's guess. It could be getting a phone call from Cane's saying they have 200 sandwiches. Do we want them? And I say, of course. And then, were you there that day? And instead of 200 sandwiches, we got 200 boxes of lunch. There was no room in the kitchen for all that. So what do? I find places for 200 box lunches by calling all the grocery stores, and Rayleigh's was the only one that would help us. That's something. Somebody's got a problem. We close the doors. We talk to that person and hopefully solve the problem. But the most important thing for me is I live across the street from the shelter, and I walk my dog around downtown Grass Valley, and I see my friends, the guests of Hospitality House. And these are my friends. Before I worked at Hospitality House, I knew that there were guests, and I knew that people were homeless. And I heard about this, but I didn't know these people. I am going to be so sad when they move to the new house, to Utah's place. My heart swells with enthusiasm and optimism, because I don't know what this place is going to look like when it's finished, but it is going to be fabulous. It's just going to be wonderful. So that's pretty much all I have to say. I wish Bruce, Utah, were here to see this today, but he's seeing it.
Hello, my name is Michael Ross. I've been coming to the Hospitality House for about 3.5 years now, and I showed up there to Hospitality. I was a hopeless alcoholic. They took me in. Nobody else would have anything to do with me, but they took me in, helped me get straight, and got me going on the right track. And later on, I ended up having to have heart surgery, which I had no idea how to go about getting insurance or whatever for the heart surgery. Terry Francis, the social director, she got me on the right track there. They got me a ride down to the hospital. I had my heart surgery, came out. I don't know, Mary O'Brien, she let me stay at her house to recover. I ended up getting staph infection after that, having to go back to the hospital for another month, and then coming back, and Mary let me stay there at her house again to recover. And then I just have so much thankfulness for the house. I got thanks for all the board members that made all of this happen. This place is just wonderful. All the volunteers that help at the house, at the churches, and all the donations that come in. We're the best dressed homeless people in California, I guarantee you. But to everybody, thank you very much. This is a wonderful place. Thank you.
I'm Jim Sikora, and I'm here at the new open house for the Hospitality House. And I think it's a great thing because Utah's dream is being realized and being carried on in the community of Nevada County. And he was a wonderful guy and a great storyteller, and just all around positive air followed him. And I'll always remember him for his storytelling and his unique sense of humor, and I think that his spirit will be embodied in this place.
It's Ben Emery. We're here at the opening of Utah's Place, or at least open house to it. The opening will hopefully happen in the next 6 months or so, April, May. What it means to me is the next phase of the vision of the original founders of Hospitality House, of a permanent shelter to allow and develop people and nourish people's souls first, and then move into re-entering into society itself. And this is going to allow that to happen at a faster rate, and I think a higher success rate. And just knowing the people who founded it and just seeing how giddy they are and how excited they are that this vision is almost complete just means everything to me and everybody here. And that's really all I have to say.
I'm Pepper, and I'm one of the case managers at Hospitality House. I actually work out in the camps and on the street with people who, for whatever reason, simply can't come in and use our services, or have mental health issues, drug and alcohol issues. Maybe they have pets they can't part with. So even if you're not able to stay here at our house, we don't just turn you away. We make sure that everyone has adequate, has their needs met, and that we provide somebody to work with them. You know, this entire thing today, having Utah's Place open, having Joanna here, and having Brandon here, and having so many people who are now currently on our board and who are here since the inception, I think is such a wonderful example of how, if you have a vision and you hold that vision and believe in something, that it'll come to pass. It has to, if you believe in it strongly enough. And we have such an amazing group of people here who have held the vision. And the opportunity to be able to provide full services to people who are experiencing homelessness, who are at a place where maybe they just need support, they just need someone to believe in them and to help walk them through the system. To be able to have a space to do that in, to be able to have some place where people don't have to take all their belongings, get on a bus every night, sleep on a church floor, even though we are so grateful to the faith community for providing those services for so long. For people to be able to have a bed and their own space with their belongings by them, I think helps to restore and ensure that people carry dignity and that they have that self-assurance to go back out into the world and to reach their full potential. So Utah's Place is a dream in fruition, and I am honored and humbled and so grateful to be a part of it. So welcome to our home.
Hi, I'm Terry Lamphere. I'm Grass Valley Supervisor, Nevada County Supervisor for Grass Valley District, and I'm very pleased for the folks that have been working so hard that they're getting close to the end of the road on this. There's still a lot of work to do, but this is a major step. And I wish Utah we're here. I had a chance to meet him a little bit over the years when he was still around, and one of the things I just treasured about him so much is not only a compassionate and intelligent human being, but he had a great sense of humor, and I miss that. I'm sorry that he can't be here to see this.
Hello, this is Mary Ann, and I'm so happy to be here. We're having a wonderful event today about all the people that have contributed to Hospitality House and being here, and Utah Phillips' son has been playing his guitar upstairs. It's extraordinary. People are so alive, and people I didn't even know about, and they're all part of this. It's a gift. It's wonderful, and what people can do through hardships and coming from their heart. One thing, though, I would say is I would love to have some of the churches still cook food for us. That would be great. And I'm really grateful to be here. So I guess that's about it. And thank you.
My name is Margie Morris, and what today means to me about Utah's Place is that a brilliant man with a lot to give, his dream that he couldn't achieve in his life is being brought to fruition, by his widow and his friends and his family. It's going to come together. It's going to be real. He saw his homeless self in so many of us, and everybody here is so interested in the place coming together. It's his spirit and everybody's heart, and thank you so much. Thank you.
If I had many more, if I had the kind of a heart, if
Hospitality House. He's a song maker and a poet, and he's written 6 novels. And, you know, really the Lord only knows what that guy's done. I'm Joanna Robinson. I work at Hospitality House with many other comrades. I helped to found it. Obviously, this is the dream of our hearts. And I have a prepared speech. My late husband, Utah, would be shocked that I'm reading this, but I have to. Welcome to Utah's place, which is our new home. We have a way to go before we can actually move in, but at long last, we are here, and the work can now begin. One of the sweetest things about being here is knowing that we all came together, each playing an important part in this homecoming. I'm talking about all of us: volunteers, guests, faith coordinators, donors, staff members, board members, bus drivers, and those who bring us everything from foot powder to smoked salmon. And I mean everything in between. Some of us have been bringing food for years, and some left a bag of warm clothing for the first time last week. Some of us have had the largeness of heart to donate money, including a lot of us who lived on fixed incomes, and skimpy ones at that. Some of us, whether guests or volunteers, have had the courage to walk in the door of a homeless shelter, feeling afraid and having no idea of what they would find there. Many of us have put in myriad hours over the past several years. We've made tons of lasagna. We've picked up other people's trash. We've asked strangers for money, swabbed flooded basements, struggled into plastic gloves that are too small for us, driven through the snow at midnight, spoken in public, sometimes weeping, listened to heartbreaking stories, and been good neighbors in the very hardest of circumstances. Most of the people I know associated in any way with Hospitality House have rooted their experience in courage, compassion, conviction, and a deep feeling of togetherness. All of it has been a huge blessing that all of us have both given and received. Indeed, we've learned that the difference between giving and receiving blurs when both are inspired by love. I must say a word about one person who's played a crucial part in making this building happen for us. Our executive director, Cindy Maple. Was the one who looked for and found the listing of the $1 million grant that bought the building. She was the one who wrote the successful grant. She was the one who worked with our real estate agent, John Blinder, to purchase the building, and the one who's worked with the extraordinary team of people working to get permits and renovate the building. Without Cindy's dedication, we would not be here, and no amount of thanks can cover the appreciation we feel. Utah believed that what people want most, deep down, is to be known, to be personally recognized and acknowledged for who we are. We all love Hospitality House because that is what happens here. This building, already so promising, will soon be transformed into a scene of poignant beauty. We won't think of that every day, but it will always be true. We'll share warmth here and safety and the nourishment of good food lovingly prepared. We'll make this place look lovely because we care for our souls as well as for our bodies. We'll laugh here and we'll cry. We'll know each other's names and give each other support and receive support. We'll make mistakes here, and we'll do things exactly right. We'll be silly, and we'll be very courageous. In this building, Utah's Place, our new home, we'll share our lives and our hearts. May we always take comfort in that essential human experience, and may we always be grateful. We are indeed extremely grateful to everybody in this room, and I'm speaking on behalf of all of us, to all of us, in this togetherness that we're sharing.
My name is Joanna Robinson. I am currently president of the Board of Directors of Hospitality House. I have been a volunteer, I am a staff member, and a co-founder. It's a lovely building. It's very centrally located for our guests, and there's plenty of room, and it's a handsome building, and we're going to make it as beautiful as we can. And I just feel that we are watched over, maybe by Utah, maybe just by all the saints and angels who've ever been, because we went down some dead-end roads trying to get buildings, and things were looking kind of unpleasant for a while, but the people at Veritas Church stepped right up at the moment we needed them and offered to sell us this building, and because they wanted to serve the homeless. And they have served the homeless. They did a wonderful thing. And it warms my heart to think that the homeless people of Nevada County who choose to come to Hospitality House are going to have such a beautiful space and such a warm heart, a space of such good heart. And that's what's needed. I've always thought beauty is so important to people's well-being, and it touches the soul. And so it's going to be a place of healing, and it's going to be a place of people turning things around for themselves. And so it's a grand opportunity for homeless people. It's the opportunity that everybody deserves. And it's just kind of stunning to think that here in this community we have created this. And I always say we've all created this. This is a community experience, a community endeavor, and a community success. We are reaping in this building what many, many people have sown. And we should all be happy and proud, and we are.
People, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time